showing those levels too. Look at that four-punch combination.
It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. And Shakur meeting him with straight left hand.
Oh, and there's a knockdown scored with the left hand.
Right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother, Just Due.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Just Do shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Just Do boxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Just Do. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
The truth will tell on your ass what you doing or what you're not doing every single time. You can lie, you can bullshit and all that, but when that bell ring, if you ain't put that work in, it's gonna show, bro. It's gonna show. Not to mention y'all in a sport that can cost you your life. Literally, you can die in this shit. So if that's the case, man, if you gonna do this, don't bullshit with it. If you don't really want it, say to yourself, keep it real with yourself. I really don't want this shit. I can't put the work in that it requires. Walk away. Ain't nobody mad at you. Go out there, you're young enough, you go get educated, get a skill, do something, man. But don't play with this, man. People you can get killed in this shit, man.
What's good? What's good? Shout out to the fam. How y'all feeling on this good Monday, man? We gonna build on this boxing, give it its just due, how we always do. Double tap the screen. We didn't do both streams. We just streaming vertically. We gonna rock out for a little bit today, man. We gonna go over the weekend and everything that's going on. You know, it was a good weekend of boxing, man. As always, man. Good, solid card, man. Main event delivered, I believe. Co-main event, not so much. You know, Zay did his thing on the card. Overall, it was a solid, nice, good card for Saturday night, man. But got to talk about it. You know, it's a lot of chatter after this main event took place, man. You know, Raymond Muratalla came in the fight 23-0. And they had him labeled as an underdog, man. They was kind of sleeping on him. It's almost like they was just giving Andy Cruz a win. And, you know, I know the dude is talented for sure, but I've said it, man. I've said it before, and I'm going to keep saying it. You know, he and guys like him and David Morrell, they're Cuban fighters, man. They've been taught in school and brought up a certain way with a certain style. You know what I mean? They utilize they skill set a certain way. But as both of these guys transitioned into the professional ranks, they both kind of gotten away from what made them these Cuban standout fighters, right? Andy Cruz had two gold medals, man. Like he was dominating in the Olympics, right? And you know, now in the professional ranks, man, you know, he's been getting away from that Cuban style to me. And you know, we all know it. It's no secret. Bozy been tweaking the style, been kind of you know, changing them, so to speak, tweaking them, man. He don't fight exactly like this Cuban fighter no more, right? Like that, the identity of being a Cuban fighter is kind of getting lost because of the attempt to try to be this more front foot dominant guy, you know, like we see with Boots, more offensive guy, more entertaining. And I get all of that because, you know, this is the entertainment business. You want to get knockouts, you want to entertain, you want to be able to, you know, hurt your guy, but you can't force it. And one of the things that I see with Andy Cruz is a couple of contributing factors. For one, you know, it's not what he naturally do. He's not no seek and destroy, kind of go get you knockout artist kind of guy. That's just not who he is. And on top of that, you know, just looking at him, you know, I know Raymond Muratalla is not a small 35-pounder, but Andy Cruz looked kind of, you know, he looked kind of small, man. I think that's why they talk about him possibly going back down to 130. Or going down to 130, not back, but going down to 130. 135 might be a lot for this dude. You know what I'm saying? Let me say what's up to the fam. JP, what it do, fam? Teach, what's good with it? Yeah, man, we're going to talk about it. Reef, what's good with it? Hey, yeah, I'm telling you, Dante, what's good, my guy? You feeling, bro? Yeah, man. We're going to get to all of it, man. But this was a good fight. This was definitely a good fight. Competitive all the way throughout. You know, Andy Cruz, of course, he wasn't going to lay down. You know, he fought the entire 12 rounds, but I just felt like Raymond Muratalla obviously just did the better work, more consistent. You know what I mean? He mixed up his attacks better. He controlled the pace of the fight to me. He controlled real estate, backed his man down, cut the ring off on his guy. He was mixing it up, and he was very consistent every round. He never forgot about going to the body. And, you know, Andy Cruz spent the fight kind of like trying to fight Muratalla up off of him, right? He kept trying to fight him up off of him in spots. He'd try to stand his ground, but it was short-lived. Like, I just don't think he possessed the firepower necessary to keep these guys up off him. You know what I'm saying? And I think Saturday was an example of that. This dude had a really tough time slowing Raymond Muratalla down. Like, no matter what he landed, it just didn't deter him at all. Shout out to the Queen Lisa. How you feeling today? You know what I'm saying? It didn't slow him down, didn't deter him, didn't just, you get me? He didn't force Muratalla to plan B, bro. He had his mind made up. He was going to press his guy, box him, go to his body, make the ring small as possible, cut the ring off, be consistent. He always had an answer. You know what I mean? Credit to Andy. He never let the fight, just like where he was just getting blown out. But you could see, you know, after the first few rounds, you could see where it was going. You could see, like, if this dude don't make an adjustment, he gonna get cooked because he can't keep this guy up off of him. If he can't box and keep making him miss, then he's in trouble. And that's another thing. Raymond Muratalla did a really good job defensively, despite the facial damage that he had. I know people was making a big deal out of that. Yo, it's boxing, bro. Somebody keep punching you in your face with gloves, glove burns, all types of stuff. You're gonna get marked up, bro. So that wasn't, you know, that wasn't the story for me. That wasn't about nothing. That's to be expected. It's a fight. But he was making Andy miss a lot. You know, Andy got the shorter reach, shorter arms. Raymond Muratalla was awkwardly, like, you know, turning his body on an angle, putting his shoulder, kind of using his shoulder to kind of, you know, shield his face from some of these shots, a lot of these shots. And he was successful doing it, man. He made it difficult for Andy, and with him not having the firepower to back your man up and keep him honest, it was just a real tough fight for him. I just don't think he anticipated that kind of fight. You know what I'm saying? Andy Cruz is used to dictating the pace, the real estate, and different things like that. Being able to control you in there or, you know, overwhelm you a bit, footwork, you know what I mean, movement, different things like that, his overall boxing ability. But Saturday, that shit was that was out the window. Raymond Muratalla had his mind made up, and he was gunning. He was gunning for I think he had the right kind of attitude. I knew it. He was serious. He wasn't about too much playing, you know, and it showed it round 1 to round 12. Like he fought like the champion. And that's what I mean about guys. Like, forgot what fight I was just watching where I was saying a guy wasn't fighting like he was a champion. You know what I'm saying? And this dude was fighting like he was protecting his belt. You get what I'm saying? Wasn't no lay down. He was hungry. Shit, some could say he fought like he was the challenger in some instances, right? Muratalla was focused, bro, and he fought a very disciplined, consistent fight, man. And he had answers, bro, switching it up. But you get what I'm saying? Body to head. You know, he gave Andy Cruz all he could handle, man. Like, Ron, what it do, homie? How you feeling? It was good with it. And he had the perfect game plan. He fought down near the perfect fight. Z was good, homie. Fought down near the perfect fight. You know what I'm saying? And I liked it. I enjoyed it, man. Really good scrap. You know, for Andy Cruz to only come into the fight with 6 fights, he held it down, bro. He did his thing for the most part, right? That's not like you can walk away with your head, you know, hung low because of this loss, right? It's boxing, and it's one of those things where you go in there and you fight, and the best man win. And I think the best man just won. You know, Andy Cruz, you know, very talented, skillful guy. But like I said, man, I think being in that Bozy dungeon, yeah, he tweaking him, but I think he kind of losing his identity. That's just my personal opinion of it. He looking less and less like a Cuban fighter, and he looking more and more like something that he doesn't do naturally, and that's going to get his guy being on the front foot, trying to be, you know, offensive. You know, my TV was on mute as always, right, for copyright purposes, but people was telling me that you know, Bozy was telling him to go get him, walk him down, and stuff like that. And I'm just like, you see, this is the only criticism I have for Bozy. Like, and I don't think it's intentional. I think when you've been training a certain type of athlete for so long in Jerron Boots Ennis, right, I think naturally you're going to teach guys to do something very similar. And I think that's what I'm seeing, right? I think I'm seeing them kind of, you know, trying to tweak. And I just don't think that's his style naturally. And I think that's why we're going to see him have trouble. Like, you know what I'm saying? I get it. You got to back him up. But it just seemed like he ain't had the power to do it. He just would not. He could. Shout out to my homie Jordan. Yo, what's good with it, fam? He just couldn't keep him honest at all. Yeah, it was definitely a good fight. At least I was impressed with the way Andy, you know, battled back and try to, you know, he had no quit in him, of course. He kept trying to figure it out, but he kind of ran out of answers, bro. What he was being instructed to do was something that I don't think he was able to do. Y'all get me? And that's a tough situation to be in because, again, the trainer knows him best, right? You would think, and he figured, you know, maybe he figured that's what he could do. Maybe he had to back him up, but I just don't think he had the firepower to do it. I think it only would have got worse because Muratalla really mentally was prepared. He had his mind made up. You could see with his approach and the way he was fighting this dude. It was like, bro, if you got to do something different to deter this dude. You got to make him go to a plan B. Muratalla was cooking. I ain't gonna say Andy ain't make no adjustments, but he just wasn't able to make the ultimate adjustments to tip the fight in his favor. Like, he was never in control, and that's rare. And I'm telling you, sometimes when fighters are faced with a combination of fighting the best fighter you've been in the ring with, different style, right? His approach is different, bigger body, right? And then you having control. Now all of a sudden you don't have the same control that you used to have, right? In this fight, you're not having it. So this guy is out here, he just boxing you, and he having his way. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't easy, right? But he just was in control, right? Dictating pace and terms, right? And it was tough for you know, Andy Cruz to do anything different, especially when you being instructed to do something that I just don't think you physically capable of doing. And I think that was being shown from round to round. Like, I just don't remember or recall no instances where he was really able to be you know, on the front foot and push Muratalla back successfully. Like that just wasn't there. And you know, with his trainer, like, yeah, back him up, walk him down, and like, bro, that's not Boots, man. He do what Boots do, and it's hard for us not to make the connection because we see who you train on a regular basis. And what else would you be doing? I thought making these dudes, making Andy Cruz the best version of him would be embracing that Cuban style that he perfected so much in the amateurs. Do I got something wrong? And I know to a degree you have to make a transition to, you know, prepare and fight like a pro, but man, like you can't, the movement, yo, that's the shit that was giving people fits. Moving and being elusive, like he wasn't no KO guy in the amateurs, and why would he be one now? So it's a tough situation. I wouldn't be surprised if he end up with a different coach either. Ryan, what's good with it, my guy?
Going on, just do, man. I had to tap in with my guy, bro. Been a minute, brother. Been a minute.
Good to see you.
Everything good, man?
All good on my end. How you feeling?
We good, man. A little bit of snow, you know, but it's Canada.
Yeah, we did too, man. Got us a nice little, not a blizzard, but we got some nice amount of snow.
Yeah, man.
Things down for sure.
But I liked what I saw from that fight, man. You know, Raymond Muratalla, he showed he could stick to a game plan because obviously that was the game plan. Robert drilled it, kept reminding him. And even when I thought Andy Cruz was the much quicker fighter, snappier fighter, Raymond Muratalla didn't stop, man. He kept going forward. It was what he needed to do. He never submitted.
Right.
And he never gave Andy really any chance to breathe. And I agreed with Bozy. He gave the right instruction. You know, you got to push Muratalla back because we don't know how he can fight on the back foot. But he don't got power, bro. When you don't have power and you're trying to push a guy back who does have power, it's easier said than done, bro. I mean, Lomachenko made a career off doing it, but like we speak about his footwork being so excellent, and that's why he can do stuff like that. Lomachenko can move a little bit to the left, make you miss, and then hit you, and then a little bit to the right. He's not the strongest guy, but he just got those type of movements that keep you honest. I don't think Andy had the confidence to do that. You know, I don't think he can't do it. I think he can, but I don't think he got the balls like Lomachenko to do it.
Right.
Lomachenko, he in there taking some hits from those guys. You know, Teofimo Lopez and these other bigger guys, because like I think Andy and Loma got a lot in common. Like they're probably both best at 130, but they always fought up because of their skills. They can hang with the guys at 35.
All right.
But Muratalla, man, shout out to him because he had his performance before I thought was mid, but this one was an A+, man. He stayed right on course with the game plan. And I would love to see him fight the winner of Shakur and Teo at 140.
Yeah, that'll be interesting for sure. I mean, he's definitely calling for it. He said something about it. He looking forward to, or wanting to fight the winner. I like it. I mean, he definitely handled business. He fought like a person that wanted to prove a point. And when I say movement, y'all, I'm not, see, a lot of times they get mistaken as runners, but it's just what it is, man. When you've mastered, you know, footwork and angles and you know, setups and catching people with shots that they don't see, that's the way he gonna get knockouts. He can't do it with in the same aggressive nature that Jaron Ennis can do it, because you don't have the firepower that he has, bro. And you don't got the chin he got. You just don't have the same exact tool bag or physical makeup. Like no, sir. Box these dudes. Lara stuck to his Cuban style. And only when he got older, he said, all right, you know, my legs ain't the same, so I'm gonna stand in here a bit. And we look how it worked out for him. But right now, I ain't saying run, but box these dudes. Do the same shit that made you a top amateur, a 2-time gold medalist, bro. Don't get in here and all of a sudden now I'm gonna be something that I never was. And the fact that it's not naturally in you and you can tell, you're gonna have trouble. This is not gonna be the first time you see him lose. If you stick around at 35, they already got him on a fast track, rightfully so. I mean, he spent a lot of time in the amateurs, got them gold medals. They had to get him on a good foot. But you're gonna be operating around that world-class level, you're gonna have trouble, bro. It's gonna be more than just a Muratalla that'll beat you. So I don't know. Either And I know he ain't going back to the Cuban style. It's over with. Bozy made up his mind. He was even proud one day. He was talking about in an interview, like, "Hi, you see, I'm tweaking his style." And I'm like, we see it, but we see the danger in it too, because he ain't boots. So
Yeah.
it's like it's a tough situation to be in, man. I appreciate the dude talent. You know what I mean? He flow like water in there when he moving. And I ain't like, again, I get it. We in this no Tom and Jerry era, this running shit, but never mind all that. Ain't shit cool about taking punishment, especially because I ain't saying, you know, it when you seen it wasn't working, I think you just needed to come up with a better game plan. And I don't know if your coach was telling you that. Like, that just clearly wasn't working. It wasn't no back him down. That dude was fighting like a man possessed. He had his mind made up. It was mental. He was like, look, I'm going to get this dude. When he do move, I'm going to cut the ring off. I'm going to go to his body. I'm going to change levels. I'm going to mix it up. And when he do fire back, I'm going to have an answer. And that's what it was. It was like all night he fought the more consistent fight to me, like his approach. And you could see clearly what he was on. And Andy, unfortunately, he fought like, yo, I got to get this dude off me. Like, he was like a bunch of, yo, get up off me, get off me.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't getting up off you, bro. So you needed to do something different, and easier said than done. But that's what I seen. Like, it was game, set, match. It was going to be competitive, but it wasn't going to go in your favor. Like, unless you made an adjustment that, you know, caused them some issues, and you really did.
Yeah, I think also, like, you know, he's only got 6 fights, man. They should have probably put him in there with somebody with punching power like Raymond Muratalla, but they didn't. But that's okay. I think Andy gonna be fine, man. He's talented enough to learn from this and to bounce back. But I think if he can get to 30, that'd be good for him. But if he can't, there's still there's some good names at 35, like Kid Austin and Lucas Body and Roach. Roach can come back down to 35 too and fight.
Right.
Cruz. Like, there's some good names around here for him to fight. Abdullah Mason. Like, there's guys,
Foster just went back down to
Foster.
30. You know, he went back down to 30. So, hey, yeah, you might have some options, man. You never know what Roach will end up doing. I mean, look, I think that might be a realistic option for the dude. That's what I see. Look a little small, look a little undersized at 35. And then with the lack of punching power, you're going to find yourself in a very similar situation like Loma. But we're going to see it a lot faster because he's starting at 35. See, Loma was starting, you get what I'm saying? He moved up, gradually got there and pushed his limits. And you got a very similar situation where the 2 gold medals, you turn pro late, just like he did. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, now you at a division where it might be a little sticky. You know what I mean? So maybe one down might not be too bad. You know what I'm saying? One down might not be the worst.
Yeah, man.
Now,
I agree.
homie?
Salute to the chat, man. What up? The Just Do family, man.
Muratalla is a big 35. Yeah, that's even his trainer said that. So his
trainer
knows he's not the smallest guy down there. And mixed with the right game plan. I kept saying it. Bozy versus Robert Garcia, man, it's gonna be interesting. You got this 6-fight Cuban star, you know what I'm saying? Double gold medalist. But then you got the 23 professional fights from Muratalla, right?
Yeah.
And I just don't think he ran into that level of competition yet, or that type of fighter just yet, right? Seemed like it might have been a bit too soon, just a bit, maybe. And I mean, I get it, strike while the iron hot, but see, that's why you got to focus on your work. For you don't make it to your work. You doing all that trolling. We're gonna get into it now. You know, some of the stuff that I seen, you know, look, I like Andy. But he already moving like a superstar. You seen him with his shades on, leather jacket, dazzled. He had the bedazzled belt.
Boy,
moving like a star, right? Chest out. He like, yeah, you know what I mean? He had this strut about him. Like, then he came out with his testosterone levels through the roof. He over here dancing, and I'm like, man, you better be focused, because Muratalla don't care about nothing, none of that. He barely want to answer questions in interviews, bro. You can see how he was on edge. Like, man, look, I just got a job to do. And I know in the back of his mind, he like, yo, they got me as an underdog against a guy with 6 fights, and I got the belt.
Yeah, that's more motivation, bro. More fire in the camp.
Having to teach. I got you. I got you. But yeah, man.
You trying to click on the Robert Garcia?
Good showing from Muratalla. Really consistent, focused. That's what kind of results you get when you could lock in for 12 rounds. He was able to do that. And like I said, credit to Cruz. He didn't make it easy, right, by any stretch. It wasn't no lay down, but you could see once the fight went a certain way, it was gonna stay that way unless an adjustment was made on the other side, and it just wasn't. Maybe he wasn't being instructed to do so, or I don't know. But like I said, it's tough. It's gonna be tough sledding for Andy, man. 130 could be a realistic move. It don't even sound bad. You know what I mean? I think they need to let the Keyshawn stuff go, and that's why I said it was cool, but it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Yeah, I see all types of hate from Keyshawn. Like, what the y'all can't be serious. This man has literally over celebrated, and I mean it. He part of it because he could have like, you know what? Let me make a quick example.
Yeah, he overdid it.
Keyshawn in the amateurs. Don't matter how many times he beat him. He beat him for the gold medal, right? He the reason Keyshawn got a silver. Similar to the reason Robisi is the reason Shakur got a silver, right?
Right.
This is the difference between the two. When Robisi turned pro, you know, they kept trying to build him off that. Oh, you beat Shakur now. He was like, bro, he shut that shit down one time. Like, man, that was the amateurs. He was like, hopefully, you know, like, I'm trying to get wins that big, like, you know, that was really big. I'm trying to get those type of wins as a pro. That don't matter if I can't win like that now. That made me like him even more. He was not trying to celebrate some damn amateur win. He like, yeah, that's cool, but what I do now is what mattered.
Right.
He didn't buy into it. Now, Andy, he more silly. His approach is different. I get it. He played into it, and I think he overplayed it. Like,
he did, bro.
My son, I get it.
Yeah,
he beat me 4 times. But it was the amateur ranks, man, and it's just different. That system, you mastered it. You're what, like 4 years older than he is. Like, you mastered that system, and that's just what it is. You got the medals to show for it, but shit different in the pros, man. And he over celebrated that. My son, you trolling Keyshawn, you're trolling him. Then you go out there and lose. It's nothing to hang your hat about. I'm not about to diss him. He ain't, man. I don't do that. Good shit, Andy. I'll watch you again. But why the hell the boxing world mad at Keyshawn Davis? So he can't say nothing back. So y'all really mad that he finally, like, he responded after all his playing. They like, he's celebrating like he won. No, he's not. He laughing like, see, this the dude that y'all was trolling me. Y'all try to build his career off the amateur wins, and it got so bad. You be over there. I don't know if he was in the building. Somebody called over in the boxing voice, and they was saying like, one of the best thing he did was beat Keyshawn. Like, the best thing he did in the pros was beat Keyshawn. And I'm like, huh?
That's crazy.
He did that in the end. That is the problem. Like, y'all vouching for him so heavily, and I'm convinced of a couple of things. Y'all didn't see them fights between them. Y'all just seen them highlights and the trolling video. Y'all didn't really watch them shits because y'all don't be watching the Olympics like that. I'm not beat. Y'all wasn't talking about no damn Andy Cruz, right? I know y'all didn't see them fights, man. And if they did, maybe they'd be talking about this shit differently. You know what I'm saying? So I know that was one of the things. They didn't watch them fights when he was coming up. And I haven't seen anything as a professional that would tell me that he had beat Keyshawn. Like, they can't name one win of his. Like, that's sad. That's not good. How are you vouching for a guy that got 6 fights now? I know it's not a lot, a little over a handful, but it's like, you can't name one of those guys, 2 of those guys before. And that's shame on y'all for not doing your homework, because if you go up and down his resume with the few fights he got, he ain't been fighting dudes with losing records and shit like that. He been fighting quality guys for the amount of fights he got. So, you know, it's no knock on him, but the fans, y'all vouch for shit without even doing the homework, the research. Y'all not even looking this guy up. Y'all just, Keyshawn. And he told you what? Tell that dude to turn his punches over and stop slapping. That's another thing that I noticed Saturday. He got a tendency to do a lot of slapping. That shit ain't gonna do it. Raymond Muratalla got a head like a British bulldog, man. you got punch on him, bro. No body work, head hunting, and I don't think he fought the right kind of fight. You know what I'm saying? So he got some things. He got some issues he gonna have to work out, man, or some decisions to make. Should I say? What weight class you gonna stick around at? And I think all that Keyshawn shit dead now. You know what I'm saying? Stop talking about that dude. They never was trying to make that fight. And I'm seeing the videos too. I don't know if you see it. Keyshawn ducked Andy Cruz, but he trolling him. No, he never ducked him. That fight wasn't on the table for neither one of them win.
Yeah.
Ask any of these guys, when was that on the table? It never was. And furthermore, if it really was all about getting the get back in the pros and fighting Keyshawn, They'd have been trying to get themselves ranked in the WBO where Keyshawn was at instead of going to IBF route where Muratalla is at. Now, that don't mean they ducking Keyshawn or avoiding him, but that means he's not even a focal point. So how do you make Keyshawn's responsibility to make a fight that's not even on the table? How do you make it anybody's responsibility? Like, that was the direction they was going. So maybe they'll pull back from some of that. You know
Yeah, I
what I'm
hope
saying?
so, man. I hope the fans just stop with that. That fight's dead, man. It never was there, like you said. It's kind of like Robesi and Shakur. That fight was never there either in the pros. Like, Shakur went up pretty quickly, and you never heard Robesi saying, "Why is Shakur running away from me?" He actually, they were talking about him fighting anyway at some point before he got stopped. So yeah, man, I think that's it's in the amateurs. We got to leave it there. I think the very few fights that transcend to the amateurs, the pros, there's very few, man. Like Ryan and Devin's probably the only one we could think of where we're like, we might get that one again because of how much work they did to each other in the pros or in the amateurs. But yeah, man, I think we need to get past that, and we need to see Andy go his own route, man. He needs to go make his name. He needs to go fight some signature wins because he can't keep living off Keyshawn, man.
Yeah, I said it. I hate it. It's like they did it with Savannah Marshall until she ran into Clarissa, or Clarissa chased her to the UK and beat her. Then all that shit slowed up. Now it's like she done took another loss to Shadeja, and it's like it's quiet for all that. You see? Build your name off of what you do now, not what you did then. Yeah, those were good, really good wins. Yeah, you beat him, but you beat a lot of other people too. And that just goes to show you, like, you can over celebrate, man. He living that superstar life. He moving like one. I ain't knocking it, but he got a cockiness to him, and probably for good reason, man. You gotta be a little cocky to box, man. You gotta think you the shit. And I don't know, maybe take a step back or two and reassess, what's next for him, because again, that Keyshawn fight, he at 40 now, so that should alleviate the pressure to even entertain that shit now. Now you could possibly figure out if 130 make the most sense for you, do that, and then there you go. You know what I'm saying? Go find a sweet spot. You know what I mean? Because they ain't like Key was trolling.
Yeah, can't get his ass.
They ain't like this shit, boy. They pissed off.
Let me get some of that shit, Keith. Hold on. What are you doing over here? Come to Norfolk. Come to Norfolk. Come to Norfolk, nigga. Don't come around here. This is not that amateur shit.
Pissed off.
Come around here playing. Hold on. Yeah, nah, hell no.
They like that damn Keyshawn. I don't like him. I don't like him. He's celebrating. He didn't do it. He act like he won. Nah, he's just having fun the same way I was having fun at his expense for what, since Andy Cruz turned pro? Since he turned pro all the way up until now, literally like days before the fight, hours probably before the fight, it was more trolling. So nah, it's harmless, man. And at the end of the day, if that's still a fight he wanted to pursue, if they ever fought, I would watch it. I definitely would watch. This ain't the end of the road. For Andy, not at all. But gotta ask why we talking about it before we even move on, man. There was some things being said about Andy, man. Here was one of them, man. So already seeing this, they like, he got beat. He overrated. It's not that dudes are overrated, bro. And I don't think it's that. I feel like when you come out of the Olympics like that with them back-to-back goals, like the expectation level is gonna be high. You're gonna be on a bit of a fast track like he is. And I think in the midst of all that, people could potentially overpraise you, like, or kind of anoint you before you prove what you've proven in the amateurs. Like, you did it there. Now, can you be the same kind of pro that you was as an amateur, right? You was the best of the best. Can you be that now? And there's no doubt you can see the skill set. You can see it. But it's like, I think it's not the point system. You're not looking like the Cuban guy. You with Bozy. You out here trying to knock people out. I'm just calling it what it is. And that's just not your style. That's not your game. If that's how you're going to play it. And you know what's funny? Damn, Robesi is another one. Oh, man, he's another one. They got a lot in common, these Cuban fighters. The Morels, they all getting away from what made them great. And I get it. People think like, you a pro now. You can't run like that. It's not running. They'll box their asses. Larry used to box people heads off. I don't give a damn. And he didn't care what you thought. gonna box you, move and box. You can't hit him, that's your fault. And look, you either get back to what you do best and find a way to, you know, adjust to the pros doing that shit, or you gonna run into a lot more tough fights, possible losses and things of that nature. Like it's not gonna be the first time you lose, right? And it's not that he's overrated. I just think he fought a guy that was more experienced as a professional, had a really good corner, coached him up really good. And again, you got Andy doing something that most people don't think is his best interest. And, you know, look, listen, credit to Bozy. I'm not into trashing no coaches of any sort, man. But, you know, they've been on his helmet. They feel like that might not be the fit because of the way you want that car to drive. I don't think that they had them type of horsepowers up under that engine, right? Again, that's just not Jerron Ennis. And that's the main issue with how he fights. So I don't think he's overrated by any stretch. I just think he got to make some adjustments, man. Like sometimes you got to lose to see where you need to, you know what I mean? What changes you need to make, whether that's weight class, approach, trainer, whatever. But I ain't calling for nobody's job, but definitely you got to get back to that drawing board. But he ain't overrated, you know what I'm saying?
Nah. He ain't overrated. I mean, Muratalla is a good champ, man. He solidified himself. You know, he looked really good. He's always looked good. So I think like he lost to a good fighter, man. You know, it happens. This is boxing. We actually need some more guys to lose in boxing, right?
Right.
But I think Andy Cruz is gonna be fine. I think he's gonna be all right. You know, unfortunately, this is what we do when we see stuff like this, and a guy's been touted so highly. Like you said, the expectation is crazy, bro. For a 2-time gold medalist, but that's why some of them don't even go to the Olympics. The pro game's a different game.
Yeah, man, and that I think that's been the biggest, I think, challenge for him. The transition. You know, I always said this, and the only criticism I really had of Andy is I could still see him shaking out them amateur kinks. But I wasn't knocking him because it's like muscle memory. You spend so much time fighting a certain way, and I know it's going to take some drilling and repetition, and you doing it in live action for you to, you know, master that. But again, I think he might fall just a bit short physically in some of those areas where you want him to perform a certain way. But I just don't think, you know, against the world class or that top level, I don't know, it's going to be tough. You know, shit. Muratalla was a world champion, so he just wasn't being respected like one. And I think I got a clip in here. I think this is the one where Eddie Hearn spoke about him possibly.
You know, we are looking at other options for Jerron Ennis. Obviously, we have Josh Kelly fighting Muratalla next week. Josh.
Take the one. Hold on. Pardon me, y'all. Gotta find it. But he spoke about it, and I'm like, don't sound too bad. Don't sound too bad.
Now there's some names. I mean, Ray Ford, Anthony Kakasi, Navarrete, Sugar Nunes. Like, there's some fights.
Shock went back down.
Shock,
You get me? So you got fights. It's fights to be made down there. I don't think you gotta. Think if you can make that weight, do it. You know what I'm saying? They feel like you small. Feel like you kind of small. So shit, go ahead and do it. And even Eddie Hearn admitted to you, I think, losing. You know what I'm saying? You know,
it's real. Shout out to Eddie, man. He kept 1,000
$1, didn't he?
Yeah.
Eddie said, "Yeah, man. You know, gotta be honest, man. Took that damn loss, man. Hold on. I think that might have been the clip, though. I'm not sure. My bad. Y'all got pardon me. I had so much stuff over this weekend that I was watching, and there was so many different things coming up out of this. Matter of fact, I got a longer video of Eddie Hearn talking about this. Let me see if I can find it. But yeah, good fight overall, man, from them dudes, man. Nothing to hang your head about. If you Andy Cruz, you see where you need to make some adjustments and possible changes.
Nah, I agree, man. And I feel like that fight didn't get a lot of buzz, man, and it was a good matchup. Like, you know, you got the boxer versus the puncher. Like, those are always, well, not always, but those are usually good fights. If the puncher can get to the boxer, it's gonna be a good fight, which is like something like we're gonna see this weekend. Can Teal get to Shakur? Because that's what we all want to see.
Right. Yeah, he 30. How long we had a slickness, and that's the thing. You know, I think somebody suggested that maybe that's why he fighting like that now. But I think he still got it right. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean? They just ain't. They like, nah, we want him to be this, and it's just a very good chance that respected Bozy. He know way more than I do, but it's a good chance that the way they looking forward to him performing is in a way that's going to be extremely difficult for him, given his. I think some of his physical limitations, if I could say that. So he might have to go about that in a different manner. You know what I'm saying? You might can't bulldoze. You can't bulldoze these guys. Maybe you could at 130, bro. Maybe at 130 you could bulldoze some shit, but can't do it at 30, 35. That for sure. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm about to head on out, just man. I just wanted to tap in with
bro.
you, man, because I always never get a chance to jump on. So I gotta jump on today.
Appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate you, brother.
You already know.
Chat.
Very, very close fight. You know, I had a bit of an argument with the Cubans because they thought, you know, if we got the decision, I don't think it would have been a bad decision, but hand on heart, thought we lost the last round to probably lose the fight. 7-5 is how I scored it. 8-4. Yeah, I think maybe I thought 118, 110 is a disgrace. Like, I don't see how you can, and you know. Well, because it's so wide. A lot of people thought it was clearly written. If you know boxing, you can't possibly score. Like, if you watch the fight, you can't just have a guy coming forward, throwing shots, landing on the gloves and around the back and just scoring all the time. But sometimes in a close round, it was the output of Raymond Muratalla that in my opinion, won in the fight. And he won, you know, I thought he won 5 rounds, but you know, it wasn't enough. But probably needed to do a little bit more in terms of output. But you know, the danger going into this fight was a little bit of experience, and you know, Bozy said that he doesn't think he was, you know, he feels like he had as much experience as Muratalla, but in those professional fights, 23 of them, I thought Muratalla was really impressive tonight. I thought the game plan from Robert Garcia was very good. He looked really strong, like he looked like a big 100, which he is. And Andy's probably, you know, I think he may move to 130 because he makes the weight very, very easily. And when you're up against a big, strong 135 pounder, sometimes that pressure can you know, give you problems.
What did Andy tell you in the locker room?
Just then?
Yeah.
Nothing really. He's obviously devastated, you know, but I think he felt it was a very, very close fight, which it was. But you know, I said to him, and I think on the whole, most people thought that Muratalla edged the fight, and I think he feels like he could have done much better. I don't think he's very happy with his performance. You know, I think maybe Bozy would have wanted him to be a little bit more aggressive, let his hands go a little bit more. But easier said than done. You know?
Eddie, you know, Raymond.
Yeah, I think being more aggressive, letting your hands go more with a guy that is more of a puncher than you is a really risky strategy. And again, if you don't possess the necessary firepower to keep said opponent honest, how you going to execute a game plan with physical limitations that put you in a position where you're unable to perform the necessary game plan that you get me? So it's a slippery slope, man. And listen, I ain't gonna sit here and act like I know Andy more than Bozy, but it clearly was too, you know what I mean? That was a tough ask, right? To ask him to walk him down, back him up when this dude clearly was attacking, stronger, physically bigger, more of a puncher. And I said it. This is the thing. If Raymond Muratalla was a one-handed fighter, this would have went a much different way. I was saying this is one of my breakdowns that this dude is a two-handed fighter and he got power in both of them. So you got to worry about him attacking you with whatever's open. He gonna create the openings, force the issue. Most of the fight dictated the pace, the real estate, backed him up, pushed him to the ropes. You name it, he was doing it. There just wasn't a lot of real consistent moments for Andy Cruz where you can, you know, give him more rounds than what he did. I'm seeing something like 8-4. You know, some people said 9-3, 7-5, whatever. I ain't here to argue, but 8-4, 7-5 for me, I ain't arguing either way. That's something to that degree. But, you know, Raymond Muratalla just fought the far more consistent fight throughout, and it showed. You know, Andy Cruz lacking the necessary pop to get him to execute that game plan that was being asked of him. Back him down, walk him down, let your hands go more. And I think he tried to do it in spots, but he would get caught with shit. And then he would try to, like, turn his head and, you know, showboat to the crowd like he wasn't being hit, but he was getting clipped, man. Muratalla was landing on you. And credit to you, you know, you You marked his eyes up, you know what I mean? You gave him some war wounds, right? Some war scars, but that shit wasn't enough. You couldn't deter him the entire fight. Nothing you did slowed him down. And I don't even think he had to go to a plan B. And that's dangerous, bro. When you can't stop the plan A and nothing you do is effective enough for you to begin to be able to take control of the fight. You've never seen that, right? He just couldn't do it. Yeah, different fight, and he just didn't have it. And that might be something to do with the size. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. We're gonna keep building. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. X, what's good with it?
Said repeatedly heading into the fight, he thought this fight was too soon.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. It don't got nothing to do with the win, though.
I mean, some you could say too soon, or you could say just wasn't good enough on the night. I mean, that's sport.
Yeah, he wasn't good enough on the night.
The latter is he wasn't good enough on the night. We know that for fact. Probably now moving forward, it will tell us if it was too early, because the next performance and the one after that, we'll see how much he's learned from tonight. And the answer is he would have learned a lot from tonight. So the plan when he turned professional after winning Olympic gold was to move quickly. He's had 5 10-round championship fights and a 12-round championship fight. The 12-rounder got stopped, so he didn't go the distance.
I ain't see that. I ain't see that.
What I really missed out on was probably 6 6-rounders and 2 8-rounders, rather than the championship fights. Because I don't think you would have had much more than that in terms of 10 and 12-round championship fights before you fight for the world title. So that was always the risk and gamble. But I guess we won't really know that until we see what happens from here.
I mean, Lomachenko he lost his first title fight to Salido. So, do you feel like that's kind of the scenario here?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that was his first fight, second fight, yeah. So, it's similar. And Lomachenko got better and better and better. And I think Andy will as well.
You won't put him into...
And that's a good point, Dante. Under them IBF rules, bro. Under them IBF rules, imagine when it's not. Now you potentially facing the even bigger guy. You know what I'm saying? Now you facing the even bigger guy potentially, right? So shit, it's just gonna be tough to me for him to really put his foot in 135. He can compete there, but can he dominate? Can he take over? Can he really make a mark? Become world champion? It's not gonna be easy. It's not saying it's impossible, but it's not gonna be easy. Like, think about it. Him versus Abdullah, him versus Shakur. You get what I'm saying? These fights, I don't know. Him and Tank, like that won't happen, or whoever gonna have that WBA. Howard was good with it, so I don't know, man. He on the short leash, but I think Eddie figuring it out. If he really take him back to 130, or not back to, he can go move him to 130. I think that's smart.
Yeah, I think that he'll move down potentially to 130, and whether he wants to do that at the moment, the way he's feeling. But I think that's a lot of the discussion going into his fight. He doesn't cut weight to make 135. So when you see the size difference in there, it does make you think. But Muratalla is a bit of a freak at 135. I think he's saying that's going to be his last fight potentially at 135. So, we'll see.
How do you think Muratalla stacks up with Keyshawn?
I think he's going to give all of those guys competitive fights. Those guys, Keyshawn, Shakur, they're outstanding fighters, and Muratalla's a very good fighter.
Muratalla is really good, man, and I like him. I like Bull, man. He nice. Muratalla got scraps, man. He got fights in him. But let's keep going, man. And before I move on, because, so people want to know why I say Keyshawn gets the last laugh. Because of stuff like this. Remember posts like this? Where he's posting, keep calling this dude his son, my son. He missed weight. I just want my son to do better. Trolling. Constantly from the minute he turned professional, he's been trolling. They've been building Andy Cruz's career off the back of Keyshawn hard work. He made it to be a world titleist before him. Andy fought for a world title with like half the fights, right? But you see the outcome and the results. Keyshawn made it to be a world champion. Yeah, former world champion now, but he'll get himself back in title contention after Saturday, I believe. But again, I just had fun with this stuff because like they trolled Keyshawn, the media, everybody that you could think of, right? Remember this stuff? Y'all remember all this? They ain't keeping the same energy. It was all good, right? Remember this shit?
You can't say that speech while you're doing the... Hey, No. But you can't do that when somebody in the back pop locking after they win.
You ain't talking about we're gonna take it to the next level. You should have won the motherfucking fight. That's the level you should have took it to.
He over there giving the calm speech.
Yeah, see, don't even worry about him in the background. Because see, my thing is we're gonna take it. I'm gonna be a champion. When I win, I'm gonna take it to the next level.
Hey, he over here giving a serious speech.
Yeah, so I don't really care about all that. Because when I win, I'm gonna win with class. Because hey, let me tell y'all.
This motherfucker behind him he doing every celebration. Rerun. You can't do that when somebody doing every celebration day as possible behind you. You tell me some, hey, at the end of the day, I'm a fighter. And I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm working hard. I'm always a champion. No matter what, I want to go. Motherfucker behind you. Oh my God. Oh, that's so embarrassing.
Yeah, all that shit was funny. A few moments later.
Yeah, can't get his ass, King. Let me get some of that shit, Keith. Hold on. Cause what he doing over here? Come to North. Come to North. Come to North, nigga. Don't come around here. This is not that amateur shit. Come around here playing. Hold on. Hell no.
No, it's just funny, man. It's good banter, bro. It's good banter, man, you know, but I will say this, you know, if anybody else, if this was Keyshawn going into a fight and he was speaking about Andy Cruz and other guys, they'll be saying he not focused. He thinking about the next fight. He ain't even get through this fight, taking his eye off the ball. All I'm saying, they're not keeping the same energy. Ever since the video with Keyshawn with the belt video, I done seen videos saying he ducked Andy Cruz. I done seen videos saying he admitted to being scared of Andy Cruz. Like, I'm just saying hella clickbait for the last 48 hours. This shit it's giving me a headache. Tons of clickbait. Just enjoy. Andy Cruz lost. No, Keyshawn not celebrating like he won. He just laughing because if you constantly talking shit and trolling and running your mouth every single time I fight, but you don't even keep the same energy when you see me, you want to shake hands and shit like that, right? But then you go right back in the media and you trolling me. Then you lose. You think I'm not going to troll you back? That's all. It's not that deep. I don't think Keyshawn trolling Andy Cruz back after years of doing it should warrant slander and fake videos and clickbait. But that's just me. You know what I mean? Integrity over bullshit ass views. So it is what it is, you know? But I like this. It was funny from Andy. I thought it was cool. And look, I still think if they fought, it'd be a good fight. But Saturday night just shows me what I already thought. He ain't beating Keyshawn Davis in the pros. I think he'll be an undersized guy. I think Keyshawn clearly being at 140 puts the fight a little more out of reach. I don't see Andy Cruz ever going up to 140. I can't just give him a win. I just, in my opinion, I favor Keyshawn as a professional. What Andy Cruz has been, you know, taught to do and is being taught to do, right? What he's being tweaked to do is what Keyshawn does naturally, and that's fight like a professional. He can be on the front foot. He can control the pace of the fight. You get what I'm saying? Very accurate with his punches. He got a good punch output, good defense. I just see the fight playing out differently as professionals. And Saturday night, Raymond Muratalla, I think that's how it's going to go for those bigger bodies up at 35. So when I say Keyshawn gets the last laugh, that's what I mean. You did all that trolling. You've been trolling him for the few years that you've been pro. And he's made it to be a world title. You know what I'm saying? He don't have a loss after 7 fights, right? He continued to win. Even in his roughest moment, they took a win from him, right? So that's all I'm saying. He got the last laugh. And for me, like I said, I'm standing on it. If they was to ever fight in the professional ranks, I got him beating Andy Cruz because of how they fight. You know what I'm saying? Stylistically. Would it be easy? No, Andy Cruz could give anybody a really good fight right now. Anybody a good boxing match. But the thing is, will he beat him? Will he beat those guys at the absolute top level? I just don't know. I can't say that he will, you know, but nonetheless, this was a really good fight. I think the right man won. Let me address the 118, 110. That was nasty work. That was egregious. It wasn't a 118, 110 by any stretch. I feel like judges should have to explain wild-ass bogus cards like that, but it's boxing. It is what it is. The right man won, so I can't complain too much. Never mind the scorecards. I can see if that scorecard was wide and the wrong guy won, then I really had something to complain about. But I think the right man won. And I think it's honestly a case that he could have won by a UD. You know what I'm saying? I really do. So shout out to Andy Cruz. On to the next. Get back to the drawing board. If 130 is where you going to end up at, get back there. Go to 130 and be great. You got plenty of names down there that you could choose from and fight and get yourself back in the mix. As for Muratalla, you know, he said a couple of different things. Let's get to it. Then we're going to move on to this co-main, too. I got to talk about the co-main event. You know what I mean? See what Keyshawn fight is like. I think his fight going to be good, just like Andy's was. The difference is I think Keyshawn going to win his fight. I could be wrong. And Jermaine Ortiz go out there and win, right? But I think he'll win his fight. You know what I'm saying? They different guys, different fighters, different points in their career. Keyshawn, to me, is shown to be a better professional fighter, to me, at least from what I've seen, right? You haven't seen Keyshawn just having somebody just walk him down. Like, you haven't seen that, where he can't get your respect, hurt you. You know what I mean? That's a tough spot to be in for Andy. So, but we will see. We get an opportunity to see what Keyshawn Davis is going to look like in his fight. You know what I'm saying? This Saturday, so it's coming up, y'all. Get ready, man. Get ready. Gonna be a good one. Get ready, man. Smooth Super. What's good? Y'all hit that. Is that all? All right, world champion. I dig it. I can dig it.
Oh,
hold on. Let me take
I got no clue. I don't even hear the scorecard. I knew I won 100%. Definitely not a draw. There was no draw in it.
But 118, 110, when you heard that scorecard, did you think that was definitely a 118, 110 type of fight where you did enough to win that fight?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think I did. I did enough to get the win easy.
First off, Ray, congratulations. Did you feel like you fought the fight of your life today?
I did what I knew I was going to do. We knew he was going to be tough. He's a good boxer. Yeah, I know I was going to have to fight that fight, and I did.
How'd you, I guess, did it surprise you how the fight turned out in terms of like him reacting to you and your game plan, your size, your volume?
We kind of know he was going to fight the way he fought. I was prepared for whatever way he wanted to fight me. But yeah, when it was in move around, we were prepared, and I got the win tonight.
YSM was good, my guy. I think he meant convincingly, right? He said easy, but it wasn't an easy fight at all, right? I think he got a clean win. I would say that. Very competitive, but a clean win. Nothing easy. Hell no.
We knew he was a good boxer. He's an Olympic gold medalist.
He worked for that.
He was gonna come and fight, and yeah, I did what I had to do.
There's some parallels I've heard from people saying that this was kind of like when Loma tried to fight Salido.
I said 7-5-8. I said 7-5, 8-4. I ain't tripping on neither. Some people said 9-3. I wouldn't say 9-3, but 8-4, 7-5 is something closer to what I think I seen. 118, 110. Something like that person need to be drug tested, evaluated, and fired all at the same time, bro. But definitely, I feel like the right person won. But wasn't an easy fight because Andy gonna put up a scrap. He can box his ass off. You know what I'm saying? But man, it just seemed like he couldn't keep him off. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't keep him off.
Yeah, absolutely. It was way too soon for him. You guys seen that tonight.
Ray, you take pride in, there was a lot of talk about his skill, but that you beat him across the board, not just as the bigger puncher, but as the more skilled fighter as well.
Yeah, just goes to show I got just as much skills, if not more. We know he's an Olympic gold medalist, and
I'm going to do it. I'm going to react to that in a minute.
We're hearing Eddie's told us that it sounds like you're moving up to 140.
I ain't do enough from last two.
In that division?
Right. I agree. You know what I'm saying? I agree. You know what I'm saying? You know, maybe a swing in there or so, but definitely the last two, he definitely ain't do enough. And that's what Eddie said. You know what I'm saying?
I would like the winner of Tio and Shakur next week. I'd love the winner of that.
If Shakur is going to drop back down to 35, can you make that fight happen at 35? Or does it have to happen at 40?
We'll make that happen too. Whoever wins, whatever weight they want to fight at, I'm there.
Would you be willing to go to New York City to watch that fight and call out either one next week?
I'm calling them out now. I'm going to go out there. I'm telling you right now.
What is that? You know, obviously you just got done winning this fight.
So, yeah, that's the gist of what I really, you hear where his mind is at. He thinking about the next fight up. Thinking about the next person he can get in there and fight. Whether it be a Shakur or T.O. Look, I mean, it was talks about him fighting Shakur once upon a time. And whoever comes out on top Saturday, I wouldn't mind seeing a fight between them. Not thinking that it'll be next, but it's something to think about. You know, Muratalla, I think he's on a lot more people's radar after Saturday. Surprisingly enough that people didn't know about this dude already. I don't get it. I don't know. I mean, you watch Robert Garcia. He been training him, so he been good. He been one of the good fighters that Robert been coaching and training up. And I said it, and I really wasn't trying to make a pick because I ain't had no dog in the race. But you know, when dude came in here and picked Andy Cruz, I just sided with the underdog, and you know, I had my reasons for it. And you know, it was a good fight though. Good fight. You know, it'd be interesting to see, like I said, if Andy decides to go back down or not, or stay put. But whatever he do, I'm gonna watch it, man. I don't think people should be trashing him. I ain't gonna call him overrated and none of that. He's a damn good fighter. He just gotta get back to the drawing board. He got beat by the better man, the more experienced professional that night, and that was what away. And he had a great coach to complement his skill set. You know what I'm saying? So that shit matters. TD, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? But man, let's get to this other one, man, because we got to, man. We got to, man. People have been texting me about this and DMing me and inboxing me, and they've been going crazy. So we got to talk about it. For one, you know, I don't care how crazy the fight is. I don't care how crazy, how one-sided it looked or who you thought won. I don't think it's ever acceptable to jump in somebody's DMs or inbox and wish death on them, right? You know what I'm saying? I think that's the worst shit. Like, you got to be an idiot, bro. So whoever this Corey Samuel guy is, he wow. And you know what crazy? They say he followed Khalil Coe. This man hit his DM and said, you know you didn't win that fight. He said, what he said, you know you didn't win. He said that fight, you BAN. He said, I hope you die, Ussy. He told him he hope he died, bro. That's nasty work. And look, I'm here to say, because I got integrity. I'm a man before anything. I ain't no internet person. I'm willing to bet money that whoever this Corey Samuel guy is, if he walked past Khalil Coe, he wouldn't say that to his face. That's weak. You wishing death on people. Oh, newsflash, you idiot. He doesn't have anything to do with what the judges see and what the scorecards is. All he can do is go out there and fight. I'm about to get to him in a minute, but I just wanted to address this. Nasty work, bro. And this is why I got to tune people out, because I can no longer listen to ignorance or interact with like small-minded people like this, to sit here and wish death on the man because he won a decision that he didn't earn. And I'm definitely gonna get to that. Oh, I'm definitely getting to that in a second. But nasty work, man. Whoever this Corey dude is, that's wild. Like, y'all gotta start thinking like men, like wishing death over a fight is never that deep. Did you lose money? Did he mess up your parlay? Like, what happened, G? Like, and it's so crazy. Dude probably ain't even lose no money on this fight and none of that. None of that. You follow the man, but you wishing death on him. It's crazy, nasty work. So I just wanted to address it. That's the problem with the fans, because when has it ever been cool to interact with other men in a fashion where you wishing death? Like, this is whack on every level. I don't care what happened. I don't care if he was celebrating. I don't care what happened after the fight, bro. For you to jump in somebody's inbox and do that, that's exactly why these fighters don't interact with a lot of the fans and the people that reach out, because we ignorant. You get what I'm saying? You go reach out and you wish death over a fight. You could have jumped in the dude inbox and said, look, man, that was a good fight or whatever. That was an ugly fight. You ain't winning. Could have said that. Why you got to wish death? Yo, I don't think you won the fight. Because, look, I'm about to address the fight, and I ain't going to tear him down. But, you know, we hold people accountable. Like, it's a standard. He said the standard is we expected to see Khalil Coe at his best, and for that one reason or another, we ain't see nothing close to it. So I just wanted to say that, man. Nasty work, man. We got to do better, man. Our interactions got to be a lot more respectable than this, bro. I ain't saying you got to be kumbaya and holding hands and, you know, singing songs, but damn, bro, when you reach out to a man, address him like a man. Be like, yo, I seen the fight, man. Such and such, man. I thought Jesse Hart beat you. Say what you need to say. But that, it should never be, I hope you die. That's crazy. Nasty work, man. Nasty work, Corey. Let me get you up off the screen. But now we got to address the elephant in the room, because people have been texting me, calling me. Sante, what's good? What he say? Cruz winning the fight. I ain't tripping, my guy. I just think he fizzled down the stretch, man. And he fought the fight mostly trying to keep, Muratalla out of his chest. You know what I'm saying? I thought he had a really tough time doing it. You know what I'm saying? Nevertheless, he fought a really good fight. One of those fights where you don't hang your head or nothing like that, right? You just took a loss. You know what I'm saying? Bounce back. Big dog Willie was good with it, bro. So let's get to this, man. I'm Jersey bred. I love my Jersey fight. I love boxing, all the boxing, not just the Jersey fighters. But these my guys. I be particularly rooting for them. But I told y'all from the rip, Khalil Coe, my guy. I like Jesse Hart, though. Support both fighters, man. Ain't no Jersey versus Philly. The only Jersey versus Philly is them two in the ring, right? Other than that, once that fight is over, that Jersey Philly thing is over. It ain't that. So I don't know why people be trying to take it that direction. That's weak, but whatever. Let me keep going. Bogus work, man. Khalil Coe, man. Look, big stepper. Look. You can fight your ass off. There's no doubt. You got skill. You got power. You got pedigree. You can go. We know that. But there's no way I can sit up here and tell my people that I honestly seen a good performance from you Saturday. I can't sit here and say I seen the best Khalil Coe. I can't say you was in there looking like the big stepper that I've known, that we've grown to see, right? Like, we seen you have a setback against Manuel Gallegos. We understand that. But this was something much different. Listen, I don't know what's going on in nobody's personal life. I don't get in it. As far as the boxing go, I heard that, the fight got postponed the first time. I heard he had some type of injury or something to that effect. Maybe the injury bled into your training regimen and stopped you from being able to perform. Maybe that's a possibility. Maybe you couldn't train the way you were supposed to. I'm going to say that is the possibility. But aside from that, bro, 8 pounds is bogus, man. 7.8, you want to be specific? That's what they said? 7.8, we rounded all at 8 pounds, bro. Damn, you doubled Keyshawn, bro. You doubled Keyshawn. You doubled him pretty much. You doubled him. Damn. He was wild when he did it. You definitely wild. 8 pounds. The only thing I could think, I heard you had some type of hand injury when the fight got postponed initially. Jesse Hart was saying a lot of stuff like, he was trying to get out of the fight. All of this stuff. And look, man, the body slam, bro, was a lot of wild work, bro. First thing first, the 8 pounds is nasty, bro. You got people, you got a fan base, you got people that support you and rock with you. We was looking forward to seeing you build off that get back win that you got over Gallegos, right? This would have been a perfect, building block, right? It's fighting a vet and Jesse Hart and challenging yourself and getting a win over this dude. He's sturdy, never been stopped. Like, you had opportunities to do something that nobody did. Big Dog Willie was good, bro. And Joe was good with it, my guy, and you didn't do that. You came in grossly overweight, very unprofessional. It is what it is. We rock with you. I don't have nothing negative to say in terms of, like, tearing you down, but you got to do better than that, dude. I don't know what kind of training camp you had, but it couldn't have been a good one. Had to be a fat camp. Couldn't have been no good. I don't know what the explanation is for missing weight by that much, but maybe he got an explanation for it. I don't know. Maybe 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 he got something up the sleeve or something, that could justify that. But I don't think nobody trying to hear that. Maybe your coaches and your team is cool, but Eddie Hearn ain't feeling it. I'm gonna play the little clip in a second. But yeah, grossly overweight. When Jesse Hart starts saying, yo, he's trying to get out the fight, I'm like, nah, he willing to fight you. But he starts saying you start complaining about, the money being taken out your purse. Jesse Hart said it wasn't about the money. Man, shout out to Jesse Hart for still taking the fight with this dude being 8 pounds overweight. He tried to stand on business. You could criticize how he fought, whatever. I had my critiques for the fight, but he ain't do no coming in overweight, and he fought. He didn't do a damn, I don't know, over-the-shoulder suplex, like little things like that. Like, bro, that could have ended the fight. That was like you kind of dunked him. You kind of slammed him, so he should have took the point. That was wild. That could have ended the fight. Nasty work. You get what I'm saying? That you had that man with his leg up. Man, bro, look at this. That's a slam. That's a slam. That's a slam. So, look, man, all due respect, you didn't represent yourself, Jersey, or boxing at the highest level that night. It was really, it was a letdown. You know what I'm saying? I could speak on it without having to, like, crucify you, right? But it was a letdown. We expect more from that because we seen better from you. We seen how you responded from adversity. Adversity being how you lost in the first Gallegos fight. You got stopped, right? You bounced back and stopped him. with ease, right? So we know what you're capable of doing. We know what you're capable of doing, but we damn sure don't want to see you suplex Jesse Hart. That's why he out here talking about you trying to get out the fight, because that could make it look like it. That was intentional as hell. You did not have to do that. You know what I mean? Respect to you. You didn't have to do that. I know it was chippy in there or whatever. A lot of talk in the build up, but you can't do that. And you know what I mean? You damn near that's damn near a textbook slam, bro. That was damn near textbook, bro. I'm telling you, that was almost textbook. That's scary, but then you did that. So you was overweight. You dunked him early as hell in the fight. That could have ended the fight, got a point taken. They even took a point from Jesse Hart with all the holding. I did see a lot of holding. I hated it, but he was boxing in between all of that. And how do we know? You know, although I didn't care for the holding and the constant tie-ups and them, like, you know, just clinching and all. I hated that. Nonetheless, he threw 320 punches. Jesse Hart did. And he landed 92 of them. 326, landed 92. You threw 143 punches and landed 44. Now, I'm sorry, but nowhere in this graphic can I look at this and just be like, yeah, Khalil Coe, he won that fight, bro. Like, I can't make no case for you. I can't make no case for you because you didn't make a case for yourself. There was no consistency to your game. Your jab wasn't present. You got one of the better jabs in the game when you using it. That wasn't there. Maybe the height and reach maybe bothered you. I don't know what it was, but knowing that he was almost 8 pounds overweight, there was no way we was going to get the best version of him. I was still trying to be optimistic and hope that, you know, maybe something just went terribly wrong, but you still dialed in and focused. Knowing that was a stretch, that wasn't the case. You wasn't dialed in. You wasn't focused. You fought like you had a terrible camp. Fought like you just didn't care about the opportunity in the moment. And I don't know what happened. Like I said, I heard about the injury, and I've heard people get injured, around in training camps and try to work through it and they end up missing weight. I've heard of that. But that's the only thing where people could somewhat level with you. But I don't even know if that's the case. I don't know what it is. And now it's just a bad look. You got a gift to me, respect to you, but you got a gift. That was a flat out robbery. Jesse Hart won that fight. He talked the talk. He got in there. He fought. He damn near He doubled you in punches. You know what I mean? Damn near connects and punches thrown. You know what I mean? You're 38%. Really don't say much to his 28 because you really didn't throw a lot of punches or land a lot. Just wasn't consistent at all. Fought very lackluster. You didn't fight. Your effort just was piss poor to me. You didn't fight like a guy that really wanted it. You know what I'm saying? And that, I don't know. I don't know what was going in your head, but I'm willing to say this. I know he's a lot better than what he showed Saturday. So that's where my letdown is. Am I done with him? Is it over for him? Nah, I ain't gonna say all of that, but you definitely got away when Christmas came a little early for you. Christmas definitely came a little early for you, G. Definitely came a little early for you. And low key, they might have used you know what I mean? They might have used that mulligan up on you. You know what I'm saying? They might have used that up. Matchroom ain't had that one to pull out the hat in the last fight. You know what I mean? But some say he got the gift. You know what I'm saying? That was the only one gift per card, huh? So, because he definitely got one. Jesse Hart won the fight. He handled business. If I was him, I wouldn't have did no interviews for real either. After that, like, bro, y'all gotta be shitting me. I'm out. I'm more active than this dude. My output is higher. I'm landing more punches. You know what I'm saying? Pressing the fight, he was trying to make the fight. Jesse Hart fought like he wanted it for real. Like he wasn't definitely about to make it easy, even if he had to muck the fight up with clinching, tying up. But he was fighting. And he was trying to drill you when he could. You know what I mean? When the opportunities was there, he was taking them. He was trying to get you up out of there. I believe Jesse Hart could have landed one of them joints. He would have got you up out. He would have got you the hell up out of there. You know what I'm saying? It was a good fight. I mean, it was a good effort from Jesse Hart. It was an ugly fight. A lot of that was due to Khalil Coe, and he just didn't fulfill his end. You know what I'm saying? I think if he would have fought to his standard that he's put forth thus far, like the standard that we've seen him fight at, I think we having a much different conversation. But that performance was bad, and it was a robbery. The numbers say it. You could see it in the fight. I'm pretty sure they booed. And then the suplex took it over the top. I mean, it was a lot going on in there. Just not a good night. Not a good night. Khalil Coe, you definitely got to get back to the drawing board, man. Tighten up. And let me play the clip that Eddie Hearn had to say about this. Edward.
You think that going forward you will not work with Khalil Coe?
Listen, that's not a conversation for tonight. He's got to think about his career, because I don't want to be working with people that aren't taking it seriously and living their life. Like I said, I get no bullshit 20 messages a day, 30 messages a day from fighters begging for an opportunity. Right? You've got to live the life in any profession, especially in the fight game. You've got to live the life every single day. And you can't come, that's about the fifth time he's missed weight in about 12 fights. But this isn't missing weight by half a pound. This is missing by 8 pounds. He's lucky he even fought tonight.
And look, Eddie said, look, Khalil Coe's on this BJ. My dog was good with it. He said he on the short leash, bro. Said he's definitely on the short leash. Said he don't want to be dealing with people that's not taking the sport serious. Look, and I didn't even get to that. I was just trying to keep it to this fight. You heard what he said, about 4 or 5 times in 12 fights, you missing weight. That's not somebody that is dedicating himself and doing everything they're supposed to make sure that they being professional on point with the opportunity. Think about it. You fighting on Matchroom. It's people, like he said, you get 20, 30 fighters a day texting, trying to get an opportunity. So this is just me being a legit supporter and boxing fan. Come on, Khalil Coe. The talent is there, bro. The talent is there. Your talent is there. You got the opportunity. You got the platform. You got Matchroom and Eddie Hearn backing you. And he willing to back you as long as you taking this shit serious. So 8 pounds is wild, but this wasn't even the first, second, third, or even fourth time. It's between 4 and 5 different times that you miss weight. That's not showing that you're a promoter, that you give a damn about the opportunity that you're being provided with. Like I said, it's a lot of people that just won't get that opportunity, bro. You know what I'm saying? And they would kill for it. You know what I'm saying? They damn sure gonna be on point. Shout out to Mike Kirkland. Was good with it, bro. Definitely very unprofessional. And the fact that is the stages are getting somewhat bigger, and then you still having the same problems that you used to have, missing the weight. I don't know, man. I would say this: either get on some type of strict diet regimen, if that's the case. Hire you a nutritionist if that's possible. Whatever. I just want to see you get the most out of your career. But I know with you showing up overweight, you were never going to see the best version of Khalil Coe. You got to be fully dialed in and focused. You know this better than me. Boxing requires so much from you. And maybe you had a lot going on, and hopefully whatever was going on is behind you, and we could see a much better showing, man, because that's a rough night. I was let down. I was genuinely frustrated and annoyed trying to call that fight. I was like, bro, this is not it. Where the jab at? Right? Where the consistent? Where would the body work at? Right? Where's the game plan? What was the game plan? Like, I was just confused. I'm like, bro, what is going on right now? I don't know. That's just the worst I've seen him. Yeah, that was the worst I've seen him. Even, I mean, I thought he was better than that. Even then he got knocked out. Damn it. You know what I'm saying? From an effort standpoint, just looked like he didn't care about being there. And then the slam made me feel like you was cool with the fight just being over. So I don't want to over speculate. Like I said, I know how to talk about shit without going too far, right? Just keeping it boxing. I know he's better than that. You didn't show it. The unprofessionalism is something you can't keep missing weight, bro. That's your opportunity. That's your livelihood. That's how you make this money. You know what I mean? You talk the talk. You sold us a fight, and you came in kind of out of shape for real. You know what I mean? Your body didn't look like you was in the best shape possible. Your physique, right? Just Jesse Hart was ready to go. You wasn't. He was prepared. You wasn't. So I don't know what's going on. I ain't nobody personal like, but whatever going on, hopefully you can get whatever potential possible issue squared away, because there's no way that you'll become a world champion with these type of habits if you can't even make weight. Like, just think, and I know it wasn't for a title, but let's just say if this was for a title shot. You never know. You win this fight, you get that much closer to a title shot. So this is an epic fumble, man, but they saved your ass with the decision. Respectfully, you did not win the fight. 54 landed punches to 90, 92, was it? No. And he threw way more than you? No, I'm sorry. I just didn't see a case. Shout out to Jersey. Still love Jersey. Still rocking with Khalil Coe. Just ain't rocking with this fight or the effort put forth or the training camp. This was a terrible display. You know what I'm saying? Terrible display. Robbed on the scale in the ring. And he got beat twice by Jesse Hart. He beat you on the scale and then in the ring. Shout out to Greg Hackett, GHB TV. He was a spirit out there, gang. We seen you out there getting your coach on. Shout out to Greg Hackett. And then look, this is no diss to nobody, but that was supposed to be a win for him. Shout out to Philly, man. Y'all showed up. Y'all showed up. Greg showed up. People could say what they want. I think he coached his guy up. You get what I'm saying? I was able to watch it back, even though it was one of the most frustrating fights that I've ever watched in my life. I'd never watching that again, but I just wanted to hear some of the audio from Greg, man. I think he did a great job, man. I think he did a great job, and he was on a meaningful stage, a big stage for him, right? He climbing in. They took the win from him. I ain't gonna lie. You know, GHB for the community, man. They took a win from him. They took it from Jesse Hart. They took it from Greg Hackett. They took it from Team Hart, man. They took one from Philly, man. You know what I mean? And this ain't about Jersey. I think that was more matchroom than anything, man. I don't know who cooked that one up. Maybe Eddie Hearn tugged on somebody's shoulder and said, "Hey, man, check your check your account." I don't know. I'm just joking, obviously, but terrible decision. I don't want to point the finger where it don't go. It was 3 judges, whether they was paid to do it or not. They supposed to have integrity. They got a job to do. They did not score that fight accurately. No majority decision win. It should have been a UD loss, respectfully. UD loss. Majority decision loss at best. At best, he lost the fight. Shout out to Khalil Coe, do better. Eddie Hearn said you on a bit of a short leash. Say you don't want to work with nobody that's not taking it serious. You living a life, but you ain't taking it serious, right? So I'm going to leave it there. I know some other stuff that people was talking about that's outside the ring. I'm not going to go there. Just going to keep it on the boxing tip, man. Whatever injuries you got, man, nurse them, heal up, and get back to the drawing board, man. Get back to it. It's a lot of talent, bro. They was calling you one of the most exciting light heavyweights in the game a couple fights ago. Just a couple fights ago. I remember the praise and the way they was talking about you. It's not all gone yet, but it's up to you, man, if you really want it, man, because you don't change the way you operating, man. You never gonna make it to be a world champion. And I know you got the talent to do it, but do you have the discipline? You know what I'm saying? Do you have the discipline and the drive necessary to get you over that hump? So we'll see. But like I said, y'all, nasty work, robbery. And I hate saying robberies, but this one was one. This was nasty, disgusting. You know what I mean? Y'all took one from Jesse Hart, and he worked his ass off for it. So, you know what I mean? You would never get to a world champion level, constantly missing weight and not showing up. Yeah, it is like somebody got paid, Mike. It's crazy. See, this is a win just like Loma versus Devin. Yeah, I mean, shit, even worse, though. Even worse, because that one was closer. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't even that close. You know what I'm saying? But it was nasty work. But, you know, the wish death on that man is disgusting. So, I don't know. I think the fan dude should be ashamed of himself for that. You know what I'm saying? But it was another piece of Jersey. Newark, New Jersey was in the building. That young boy, Zay Quinn Moses. He was in there, man. You know what I mean? Fought a solid, sturdy opponent. You know what I mean? The UD, I didn't see him lose a single round. He looked pretty sharp. You know what I mean? Just keep developing and working on your craft. I know people going to be demanding knockouts and all that other weird shit. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep boxing. Keep putting together these rounds and these wins, bro. He looked good out there. Like I said, he controlled the pace all night. He was in control of the fight. Looked like he was having a bit of fun out there, too, which was cool to see. Didn't get hit with too much, right? Which is always good. Didn't get hit with too much. You know, mixed his attacks up well, was patient, took his time. You know what I mean? I think his 4th round might have been his best round. That was a real good round. He got off real good offensively on this dude. And it was impressive, man. So I like it. I like what I seen from Zay Quinn Moses. Just on to the next. He going to keep building, man. I expect to see even more from him. You know what I mean? As he continue to progress and get better. But something I wanted to address real quick. Man, y'all seen a little clip with Shakur shadowboxing in the back. Man, I just got to show y'all this. This is how bad that people be forcing this shit. It's a thread on Twitter saying, damn, let your little ninja get his shine. This man shadowbox everywhere he go. This shit don't got nothing to do with taking shine. These are just more fake boxing fans, bro. I guess that's it. shadow boxing for 10 seconds is still in his shine. These people are idiots, man. But the hate be forced, don't it, Jordan? The plug. What's good, my guy? Shakur saved the family from a burning home. They hate him for that. I swear they would. They'd be like, man, you think you're a firefighter. Man, he could have got burnt up and he should have called the fire department, right? Let them handle it, right? They'd find a way to make it negative. Look, that case in point, Reed, he gave away tickets. He bought tickets for the underprivileged kids, right? In Newark and all that. And they found a way to connect that to the ticket sales. They still actively online right now keep pushing narratives about the ticket sales. Like it's just people don't like boxing. It's deeper than the fighter. They just don't like the sport. That's why they got so much negative to say. But great win from Zaquan Moses, man. You just move on. He progressing. Think he'll get better, you know what I mean? Keep making subtle improvements from fight to fight. That's all you could ask for. That's all you could ask for. That's all you could do. I think he headed in the right direction, bro. I like what I see from him, man. Smart fighter, sound defensively, makes his attacks up well. And when he really let his hands go, he got a nice offensive bag, man. And he got some little on them punches, too. I like the way he was whipping them, let them hooks in there, man. Going around the guard. He was clipping dude, man. So I like it. It's just all about putting together in the nights. For him to get knockouts, it's just going to be all about punch placement, throwing the right punches at the right time, setting traps, different things like that, using his IQ and his skill set to get these guys up out of there rather than just like brute strength or power, right? He can get guys out of there a different way. You know what I'm saying? That's what I see. I'm telling you, I've never seen nothing like it, Mike. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. That you got to see the thread. The thread even worse. The thread even worse the way they going in. It's like, golly, bro. Like, yeah, really be sad, man. So Zay put together a good performance, man. It was a solid night of boxing, man. Shakur supporting his little cousin like he always do. Nothing different. You know what I'm saying? Shadow boxing ain't stealing somebody's shine. Y'all just idiots pushing narratives, bro. And he a bigger fighter. Why would he need to shine off of him? Ain't he the reason his career started? Didn't he help him get his career started? Why would he take shine from him? You fools, man. Fools, bro. Fools, man. But yeah, Saturday is up and coming. We're gonna get a good night of boxing then too. But yeah, overall, y'all, Saturday was pretty solid, man. Like I said, I was disappointed in the co-main event. Other than that, everything else was pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? Everything else is pretty decent. Mari Jones looked pretty good. He didn't get a knockout, but he beat an undefeated guy that was tough, Jerome Baxter. He polished him up. You know what I mean? Madrimal beat Salazar in a good fight. That was a good, cool scrap for Madrimal. If he was letting his hands go, he was pretty busy in that fight, letting his hands go a lot. Mari Jones looked like he got a lot of talent. Strong kid, man. He got a good punch on him, bro. He was trying to get his guy out of there. I think as he grows and, you know, continue to develop, he'll become more patient, which will then make him, I think, more surgical. And I think those knockouts, that knockout that he was looking for Saturday, I think he'll get it. You get what I'm saying? You can tell, I think it eluded him a bit because you could tell he wanted it a bit much, right? Especially when he hurt him initially and he jumped on him and he was a little frantic, right? Instead of just slowing it down, being more patient and picking him apart, he was a little, anxious to get his guy out of there. So I think that's something that he'll kind of perfect with time, man, with experience. So he young in the game. He was 4-0, 4 KOs. That was his fifth fight. First time going the distance. And I'm pretty sure it won't be the last time, but sometimes you need the rounds, right? You need to know that you can go to rounds. You need to know that you need to improve in certain areas, right? So I think he can learn from that. What was that? I think it was a 6-rounder he had, wasn't it? I think that was a 6-rounder. So sometimes you could use the rounds because up until this point, he's been knocking everybody out, right? So on to the next for Amari Jones, but definitely a really good win. Blunt, my dog, man, sent the Husky. Shout out to Blunt Sports, man. Sent the Husky, sending the gifts. Appreciate you, my guy. Shout out to Mike Kirkland for building the sport of boxing. Always, bro. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to Blunt, my dog, man. So yeah, man. Solid card, man. Solid card, but we gotta get to some more stuff. We got some more stuff we got to get to, man. Got to, man. I gotta I think I got time, man. Hold on. I got time. I think I got time. I want to cover one of these. Oh, somebody asked me about the Oshaki Foster joint, right? The Oshaki Foster video with fight hype. Let me get to it. Let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. Seem like they just need a fight, man. For real. To be honest with you, that's what need to happen. They just need to fight. I wish he would have stuck around at 35. I ain't gonna lie. I wish he would have. Hold on, give me a second. Let me get to this. Mari Jones, former DHP fighter, will fight Luis Arias on the prelims with Barris Garcia. That's dope.
The Ring 6.
Dope. That's dope, bro. Cause I like Amari Jones. It's not Omari, right? I like him, man. I think he gonna beat Luis Arias. And man, Arias seen better days. He tough, he scrappy. He could take you some rounds and stuff like that. But I don't think he gonna beat no Amari Jones. Not at the point in his career where he's at, right? But we're going to get to this. We're going to cover this. This is Oshaki Foster. I guess he has some stuff to say about Shakur. I mean, shit, what else is new? But we want it. Let's hear it. Somebody asked me to cover it, so we're going to cover it, bro. Oh, shit. Man, they saying Shakur had a drug test before the fight with Teofimo was nasty work, bro. We're gonna get to that in a second. But let's hear what Shock had to say. And by the way, shout out to Fight Hub, man. I like this interviewer, man. Pretty smooth.
Gonna press that button to become the mandatory, and me and him gonna get it in. Other than that, you know, any one of them guys, Lamont Roach, any one of the champions. I would have loved to fought Javante. I mean, Javante would, anyone, you know what I mean? We're just looking for the biggest opportunity at 35 to go up there and cause havoc.
I was with you guys. We were at the Mayan, I think, for the presser when it was announced with you and Cool Boy. I saw that look come over your face that you had with Stephen Fulton Jr. just now when you talked about Shakur Stevenson. There's some real you need that fight, don't you?
I need it, man. I gotta have it, man. Like that's just somebody I gotta see.
That's
like I don't care. I really like that's my number.
And that is conceivably the best at 35 right now.
The friendly coming in my inbox trying to be friendly, but playing both sides with me and Savage. Just a lot. Then he played like he's so good, better than everybody. Talking about how much money he make and talking about like this and that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even after the fight, you know, the fans was asking for the fight with the woo. He go on Instagram talking about I make this amount. Oh, I go starve and all that like goofy shit. So, you know, I wanna, you know, humble him. I'm gonna show him, like for sure.
So that's
so I'll say this, I'll stop it as I go along. Look, that's some way where I level with Shock. I don't do no personals. I don't care nothing about their personal business, none whatsoever. But when it's strictly come to the boxing, they talking about, I didn't like them talking about go starve either. The same way I ain't like when Tank said it to him, right? Get it out the mud, I'm turning my back. I don't like that kind of energy because it's like, nah, it's a dude that want to fight you, so fight him. That's not fighting words. Like, we don't care about money because that's your money. We watch for the fights, and this dude clearly been, you know, speaking your name a lot, speaking ill on your name, speaking in a way most people won't even talk about, right? And he been claiming he want to fight you, and I think Shaka's a damn good fighter, so I would like to see it. Now, how I think the fighter play out is something different, but anybody that is this confident about fighting somebody that they shared the ring with, you know, years ago and for years, and, you know, spar on numerous occasions, right? And he claims he got the upper hand. I definitely would like to see it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't get into their money. You know, we all know Cord he doing what he's supposed to be doing. So yeah, he making the money. So I don't care about that comment. I'm not a fan of that. I want to hear him say, look, you move to 135, I beat your ass. You be in position. If you the mandatory, I'm gonna beat your ass. I don't want to hear, you know, nothing about vacating titles and not fighting. I just want to see the fights that make sense. If it in fact makes sense for you. Don't get me wrong. If you got something bigger and better like you did with Tio, then keep doing what you're doing. But if it's nothing better and available and that dude is there in the way, beat him, beat his ass. You know what I'm saying? Or he beat your ass, you beat his ass. Either or. You know what I'm saying? Rich was good with it. Yeah, I would like to see the fight, but, you know, let's see what else he had to say.
That's just lifelong bulletin board material for you right there.
Man, he goofy. Like I swear, if I could fight this dude tomorrow, whenever, like we would get it in. Like no questions, no nothing, for sure.
How does the fight between you two go with Shakur Stevenson, a guy that has almost an impregnable defense as of lately, especially? How do you crack that puzzle?
I mean, it just depends on what kind of impregnable defense y'all got. I mean, you're talking about, because he ain't fought nobody like me that's faster than him and stronger than him, and I got distance. I know my distance great. You know, I know how to get in and out and do what I do. And he know what it is. We didn't work before. He know what it is. You know what I mean? I ain't even gonna go into the sparring, but he know what it is. All that defense, great, woo woo, that shit out the window. I'm gonna touch him. You know what I mean? So the world just gonna see. You know what I mean? He can be, you know, have the greatest defense or whoever it is, but I'm gonna show him.
National news.
And look, I like to talk. He's speaking like a fighter. Look, y'all keep saying he got this great defense. He downplaying it. And I want to see if he could really show that his defense ain't as good as what he's showed us thus far. He said he's faster, he's stronger, all this stuff. Cool. I would like to see it. I don't like triangle theories much, but y'all got a common opponent. And that shit is like night and day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't fathom seeing somebody that went 24 rounds with Conceição beating Shakur. Like, in the way it looked, like neither one of those fights was nowhere near as convincing as Shakur beat him, and he only took him one time to do it. And he completely like he took the fight from 1 to 12. It was just a shellacking. It was one-sided the entire way. So, and he beat him up right in front of him. You did an attempt to like box him in the first fight. You said you wanted to show your boxing skill, and the result was them taking the fight from me, which I think they did for sure. There's no knock to you, but I just think what both guys have shown is just a little different, man, if I'm being fair, as a professional. So, you know, we've seen Shock raise his level. We've seen him turn up, seen him, you know, get comeback stoppage wins. He's very experienced, man. He's talented, he battle tested, and he's confident, and that makes him dangerous. The man could fight his ass off. He got a good trainer. You know what I mean? He's a damn good fighter, bro. I would like to see it. Maybe he could prove me wrong, but I ain't going off them old ass sparring stories, man. For nobody. Like, I just feel like as professionals, like you know, you seen Shock fought at the highest level, world titles, right? Seen what he just did to Cool Boy. There's no way you could ignore a talent like that. He's one of them. But how good would he be against Shakur? How good would Shakur be against him is a good question. I mean, I ain't see that Regis say Foster is better than Shakur, but I mean, I ain't surprised that he said they in the same
naturally
gym.
With first Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez getting ready to get together in a couple of days, 10 days from now, as a matter of fact, out in New York at Madison Square Garden. What do you think about that matchup?
I think it's a great fight. Stylistically, I think it's up and down as far as you can't favor no side stylistically, because you got T.O. that's super athletic. You got Shakur that like to control distance, but you know, I think Teofimo with the athleticism and certain things that he'll be able to close it in certain parts of the fight. So I think it's gonna be an interesting fight.
The opening odds, a lot of people shocked and stunned by the opening odds. Tio opened up, I think, as a minus 350, or as a plus 350, I'm sorry, where a lot of people expect him to lose. What do you think about that? And we know that Shakur's gifted, but do you think that that's a far stretch, or?
For sure. For sure. But I think they going off of Teofimo being up and down in certain fights he looked this, and then certain fights he looked great. So I think they going off consistency, but I don't really pay too much attention to them odds makers because they really don't really be knowing the background of boxing. Like, like they don't know the real what's the amateurs, the what really people got in them, in the boxing. Like they just going off, kind of what everybody pouring their money into and what the hype is. But I think it's more of a closer fight, eyes wise.
I think that's fair. That's not crazy. Sometimes odds could be what they is, but it is what it is, man. You heard what Shock said. I think they going off of consistency. What else would they go off? Why wouldn't they? I think that's something good to bet your money on. The more consistent fighter, the more consistent performer. Look, I already know it's a bit of bad blood. So Shock, everything he say, as far as from a compliment standpoint, is gonna be with a grain of salt, or it's gonna come from a different place. So he ain't out there to overpraise Shakur. He feel like he better than him. Defense ain't as good. He ain't as good, and he want to show people that. So everything he says, none of it's going to sound positive, right? He think Tio can close the gap. He can beat him with the athleticism. The odds should be closer. To me, I ain't going to lie. Like one thing that I observed since watching this dude career just continue to grow, Shakur, it seemed like a lot of fighters be frustrated with the fact that people rate him so highly. The reason why I like Shock, because instead of complaining about it or just talking shit how most people, he's at least talked about fighting them. But we have to include the fact that he did go back down to 130. Am I right? And he's looking to keep his title there. So that kind of, I don't see how it could happen. You know what I mean? I thought 135, that's where he was going to be at to press the button. Like he said when he first came on, thought it would be a good fight. I would watch it any day of the week if it could happen. Like I said, I want to hear Shakur to just take on all challenges, because when you a guy like him that's constantly searching for a name or quality opponents, you can't afford to be saying no to guys, right? Just for that reason, because you just, you go try to get a big fight and then it'd be an issue, man. I would like to see him take on all comers if the fight makes sense and there's nothing better for him. Hell yeah, Shock and Shakur Stevenson is a good fight. Take my money. If I'm with $50, T.O. won't win 4 rounds Saturday. Just get that money, Mike. That money on him.
Right. And one of the things that I wanted to ask you was, you being at the highest level of the game and being around for a while, being a champion, what things do you think that Teofimo Lopez has going for him that may be something that he can put into play on fight night versus Shakur Stevenson?
I would say the athleticism mostly, and it seemed like he do pretty good against southpaws. Lomachenko and Josh Taylor, that's 2 different styles, 2 different sizes, and he made it look kind of easy with both of them. So we'll just have to see, man. I think it's gonna be a interesting stylistic matchup because we don't know what we're gonna get. It could be a boring 12-round fight, or it could heat up to where Teofimo make him take chances. So we'll see.
Talk fashion was good,
I can dig it, man. Coming off a big win, right?
Yeah.
Talk to us about the fight, man. You, Cool Boy, Stephen Fulton Jr., a lot of animus and kind of back and forth before the fight. Got to settle things in the ring. Where are things now? You guys good to go since you got it out the way?
Man, it's respect to dude. I wish him best with his career. We ain't really talking nothing after the fight or nothing. So, it is what it is, but I wish him the best. It ain't no hard feelings.
Good fight. It was a good fight. It was an entertaining fight, I thought. A little bit of a battle of jabs, and then you had the 1-2, 1-2. You kept landing the 1-2. Talk to us about, at what point did you start to notice that you were taking over and starting to dominate the way you did on your way to the UD decision?
I was dominating from the first round. I really don't feel like it was the battle of the jabs because he couldn't get nothing off. I was dominating the jabs.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, he dominated, but I guess that's the part that people wanted me to hear about this Shakur stuff. Look, my energy is always the same. I watch the fight if they make it. You know, I ain't mad at nothing. Shock said, talk your shit. Most importantly, he at least talk like he want to back it up. He talk like he want to fight if he can make it. So, but the only thing is, with you going back to 130, it kind of kills it because he ain't going down to 130. So, you know, it is what it is. We'll see what's next with Shock. He dominated Cool Boy Steph. That was a great win from him. Can't take nothing from him. Cool Boy just wasn't able to get on target with nothing, and it showed. Well, let's keep rolling for a few more minutes, y'all. Look, this is what my guy has sent me. Damn, this is what they doing there. Shit, bro. Damn, what is the rumor? Shakur Stevenson failed testing. No one is talking about. These people crazy, yo. I'm telling you, man. Y'all think it just be we be playing with it? Look at this. Shakur spoiled Stevenson. Did he failed? Did he failed drug test before a fight with Teofimo? These people are idiots. Man, they working full time, bro. They working full time, man. Teo might clip Shakur. He could. It's possible, man. I think Core would be fine too. I think it'd be a good competitive fight. That Core will win, and people gonna complain about it after he do. Could be wrong. Maybe Teo pull off the upset. You know what I mean? And shock the world, man. Just shock the run up there. Yeah. I'm impressed by Raymond Too Tough. Opening winners for Kid Austin and the young kids. Yeah, I was impressed. I like Raymond. Raymond, what's his name? Raymond, you talking about Muratalla? He looked good. He looked good Saturday. Raymond Muratalla, and that was Andy Cruz. I think Andy Cruz would have gave a lot of people a great deal of trouble. You know what I'm saying? In that particular fight. But I like Muratalla. Sharp, consistent, poised, you know, showing versatility in there. Game plan, sticking to game plans, concentration was on point. He fought a smart ass fight, man. He fought a really smart fight. Tail jab is pretty decent. We'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, this I guess, I don't know, it's a rumor that they starting. I was gonna cover this. Maybe I'll cover it tomorrow. I got some of these videos that I want to get to. I'm not gonna get to them today, but I'm gonna get to them. I think Core did an interview with I think it was The Last Stand. Keyshawn got a new dropout. And there's some other stuff we're going to address for sure. Just don't see how Teo can deal with that. Yeah. Went back and watched the Payday fight. I think Shakur can stop Teo. He looks like he was having fun in there versus the Payday. Beezy was good with it. I mean, you know, shit, that Coach Rail said he going to get it. Stoppage. Keyshawn said don't be surprised if you stop him. I mean, you never know. I say, like, target them eyes in that scar tissue. Big drop, Dre, what it do? Target them eyes in that scar tissue. If you target them eyes in that scar tissue, man, you might could make something shake. Because even though he beat up Barboza pretty easily, man, he got his eyes marked up pretty good. You know what I'm saying? He took a fair amount of damage to the eyes. So, you see, I say target the eyes, but most importantly, I want to see a boxing lesson, master class. I want to see him embarrass this dude, show levels, beat him as convincingly as you can, whatever it takes. That's what kind of win I want to see from Shakur. I really want to see him dominate Teofimo. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see that. Dominate him. It's realized Saturday, a lot of the sporting events, like all at the same time. All in the same time. Background versus Kelly, Xander. I forgot one of them is supposed to come on at a different time. I just can't remember, man. But look, man, pardon me, y'all. I'm going to head out early. Y'all know this a little early for me, man. But we're going to be back. I'm going to cover everything we missed today. I might even pop on a little bit early. I was late today. Y'all got my apologies, but we're going to be back to it, man. It's a lot. This is some interviews I want to react to and cover for sure. I forgot. I got to look at the times, yo. I got to look at the times of those fights. I forget, man. All of those, I don't know if they're going to all be overlapping. I got to see, though. But we're going to figure it out, man. We always do. I forgot. Well, it was something with the Xander fight. I'm not mistaken. I just don't remember, man. I gotta go check. Double check, man. I just don't remember, man. I don't. Shout out. You already know. Blessings to my guys, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. Appreciate y'all as always, man. Shout out to the fan, man. We're going to be back, tomorrow. Maybe early, like I said. We got some stuff we got to get to, man. I ain't cover everything I wanted to get to today. So we're going to be back. Shout out to the fam. Hit the like button on the way out. Appreciate y'all. Enjoy the rest of this good Monday. We had a good weekend of boxing. You got an and still champion, Andy Cruz, back to the drawing board, maybe back to 130. We don't know. You know what I mean? Keyshawn getting the last laugh right now and trolling. But don't get too comfortable, Key, because you got to show out this Saturday. You got an opportunity to stand on business and be the amazing Keyshawn. You got Tio and Shakur. You know what I mean? Zay look good. Khalil Coe, you bugging. Tighten up, man, because we want to see you be great. What's next? That whole card, you got Shoo on the card, man. Jermaine Ortiz coming for the upset, he said. You know what I mean? He said Keyshawn ain't never seen nothing like him. So we're going to get a chance, man. Saturday be here sooner than we think. And everybody get to, get y'all I told you so's ready, get y'all tears ready, get y'all crow ready, y'all condiments, whatever. Prepare for it, win, lose, or draw. Because if you win, if you're right, and you get to talk your ish. You know what I'm saying? If you're wrong, then you got to eat some crow, y'all. You got to eat some crow. But shout out to everybody. Much love to the family, man. Hit the like button on the way out. And I'll see all of y'all tomorrow. Peace to the fam. So I hope Keyshawn Shakur, me too, because they've been hating Mike. They gonna be all right. I think they've been pushing each other. I'm hearing everything is on the up and up. They solid. I know Keyshawn is in good hands in terms of the coaches that he's working with. So I expect to see good performances from both. Because they motivated Shakur. I understand the opportunity. Ain't no going back. He got to win. It's all or nothing, man. And you got to start this with Tio. You know what I mean? I think he started to create some interesting separation with a win over Tiafimo, for sure. I mean, hate makes me appreciate. Me too, Mike. Same for me. That's why I gravitate to these dudes, because I don't understand how the grown adults be so hateful of these youngins, Youngins just be trying to figure it out, man. One time on the way out. Shout out to everybody and peace to the family.
Yeah, King, get his ass, King. Let me get some of that shit, King. Hold on. What are you doing over here? Come to North.
Representing Brick City, Shakur.
Finding those levels, too. Look at that four-punch combination. It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. And Shakur meeting them with straight left hand.
Oh, there's a knockdown